Alright guys, we are back and today we're going to be taking a look at the Remnant Stormtrooper from The Mandalorian, which just wrapped up Season 2. What a crazy finale. I'm so excited to finally have these. I have two of them, as you can see, and geez, the back of his helmet looks a little whacked, but these figures are really, really cool, and I can't wait to talk about them, so let's take a look. So here we have the typical brand new style packaging for the Black Series. You can see that really cool art that goes along with the other packages. I believe Moff Gideon is on that side, or maybe it's Grief Karga or someone. On the back here, you can see the Empire is in disarray. The once pristine and uniform ranks of stormtroopers that fought for the Empire now resemble a ragtag army of mercenaries for lawless gangsters. Very beautiful art, very beautiful figures. Let's move on. And if you want the barcode, there it is. And here we have his blaster, his only accessory, and you can see it is beautiful. I am very, very happy with how this looks. A very accurate sculpt, and it fits in his hands very well. And you can see here he definitely holds his blaster quite nicely. He has very organic movement when you are posing him, so you can really get him aiming down the sights, as well as just resting his blaster in a neutral position. And here he is next to the Flame Trooper from The Mandalorian, and you can see there's a drastic difference in the tones. You can see this guy is much more yellowed and just nasty looking. You can tell he's definitely been beaten up and in some battles and been hanging out in this armor for a long time relative to this Flame Trooper that is still highly associated with the Empire. This guy's more of a criminal, it seems to me, but maybe they're both associated, I think. Either way, this armor is way less white than this armor here. And my favorite thing about this guy is the eyes initially look black, but when you really put them in the light, they're almost kind of a really, really dark green. I love that. It looks absolutely amazing. Overall, the detailing on this guy is fun. I do like all the little marks and nicks on his armor all throughout. We don't really see any like special dents or anything, and he's pretty much exactly the same figure as the initial Stormtrooper we got, but it's really just capturing that aesthetic from The Mandalorian. That's why this figure is important. And I definitely, I personally like this look better than just the plain old Stormtrooper look. That's why I did buy myself two, getting a third on the way, and probably will buy four. My target was stacked with these. I saw 10 of these sitting on the shelf. So don't feel bad about army building them. I think they're going to be pretty easy to get a hold of for a while. I hope anyways. But again, same old body mold we saw with the newer Stormtrooper figure we got before. And again, he's awesome. I love this body mold. This piece here is like a separate kind of armor piece here. And I love that. It looks like a dude in armor. More so than the very, very first Stormtrooper we got. I also love the shoulder pads and how they rotate with his arms like that. That's amazing, man. And they're proportioned well. They look really accurate to the movies and shows and stuff. So overall, I think this is a really awesome figure. If you own the previous Stormtrooper, you know what you're getting. And if you know what you're getting, you'd be crazy not to buy this. It's a great figure and a great opportunity to pick up a Stormtrooper if you haven't yet. So with that said, let's talk about this dude's articulation. So for the articulation, his head is on one of those, his neck actually is like in a socket there, and he has kind of a dumbbell joint in the neck. So he does have kind of a natural, like again, organic range of motion. And it just, like I said, looks natural. There is a Tamir Morrison head in there, I believe, just like with the Clone Troopers, which is inaccurate to the show. I believe that's the face sculpt that's in there, but either way, there's a face sculpt in there. So if you want to heat this head up, maybe you can pop it off, or if you just want to use an X-Acto, be careful, but I wouldn't recommend taking it off. So his head has some really natural movement. His arms go out pretty far. This doesn't really restrict his movement too much. You can see he can rotate all the way around with the shoulder pads moving with his arms. So they go forward and back quite a bit. There is a butterfly joint in there as well. There's a rotation at the elbow, nothing at the bicep. A single joint that goes quite a bit over 90 degrees. And then a horizontal hinge on his right side, or my right, his left. And then a vertical hinge on the other side as well. And a rotation, of course. There is a nice swivel here at the diaphragm. He rocks side to side and goes forward decently far and back pretty far, but it looks great. Again, looks like a dude in armor. It's very natural movement to me. I was worried these would be a hard plastic and break. Nope, they're very soft plastic, so you don't got to worry about that. His legs go out decently far, which is to be expected with this armor. I should mention this is kind of a soft McFarlane plastic feel to it. It's like almost like a rubbery soft plastic. Not this piece here, but the crotch piece and this armor piece feel a lot like the shoulder pads here. So these do go out pretty far. There is rotation here at his thigh, which is hidden very well within the armor, and I love that. I love when they hide the articulation, but still manage to get it in. You can also see the nice rib piece in here where his leg is. You can see that they actually sculpted this joint here, this cut. I love that. So he does have really nice articulation here at the knees. They do go a little over 90 degrees. And there is a rotation at the knee as well, which is pretty decent. And then we do get an ankle pivot with a hinge. So overall, this guy's articulation is very up to date. It's really repping that new Black Series articulation, which is the mainly this new neck joint, the new butterfly joint, and then this rotation at the knee, which is an interesting choice and is actually working pretty well, but I would like to see articulation at the ankle that would rotate too, to get him in some more dynamic poses. And I think with a figure like this, it'd be easy to do because you could hide it within the armor. But, you know, I don't sculpt these toys. What we have here is beautiful, in my opinion. I'm really, really pleased with this figure. For reference, here he is next to the Hoth Trooper, and you can see they're about the same size. And here's the Force Unleashed Stormtrooper next to this Remnant Stormtrooper. You can see he's a little bit taller. His helmet's a hell of a lot bigger. But this guy, to me, looks a lot more natural, a little more bulky in his torso area, which looks more human to me. It looks like a dude sitting in armor. And this guy has some weird bow legs. So overall, this is a better body mold. But this guy does have the double jointed knees and stuff. But honestly, I prefer this. This is much more hidden articulation. But again, I wish we had a rotation at the ankle. And lastly, here he is next to the Yavin Ceremony Luke Skywalker figure. And you can see the height is very accurate. Mark Hamill's not a super tall dude. And Stormtroopers are pretty average height. You know, in episode 4, she goes, "Aren't you a little short for a Stormtrooper?" There you go, right here. That resembles that pretty well, that whole statement that Mark Hamill is shorter than the average Stormtrooper. So I'd say these heights are pretty accurate. If there's only one complaint that I have about this guy, this is really my only problem with him. It's that this side of his mask is almost a little bit more pushed in than this side. I think it's just a molding issue. But aside from that, I really have no problems with these guys. This guy has a weird back helmet, and I think it's just this figure alone. Get something with the molding, because this guy's is fine. But these figures are, honestly, in my opinion, just perfect, man. I don't think Stormtroopers get any better than this. This is beautiful. I totally recommend you pick these guys up. I think it would be a devastating loss for your collection if you did not. He's going to look great next to your Mandalorian and your Moff Gideon and your Queel and whatever. And the Bo-Katan coming. Oh my god. So many figures on the way. I'm so excited, but totally recommend these guys. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning into this review. Stay tuned for more content coming soon. Have a happy holiday season. I'm filming this around December 23rd, I believe it is today. So have a good holiday season. I hope you enjoy your time with your immediate family. Stay socially distanced if you can. Don't spread anything. I just lost a family member from COVID. It's real. It's still here, and it is devastating. So stay home. Take care of people. It's your responsibility to take care of others. Truly is. Be a decent human. Don't be a garbage person. So anyways, guys, with that little spiel, go watch some Star Wars, man, for your holiday season. Go pick up some figures. I hope you unwrap some boxes and see some of these. Because, dude, they are fucking amazing. You're going to love them on your shelf. And you're going to have a hell of a lot of fun with them. Army build the hell out of them. Have a good time. And again, have a great holiday season. Keep collecting. Stay healthy. Peace.